Welcome back to Impossibly Unremarkable, a podcast hosted by myself, Jonathon Butts, and my longtime friend, my co-host, and this sweet, chunky little dumpling named Elliott Markson.
That's right. And we're back again for another episode of this podcast. And today, we are just two little squishmallows named Dwayne and Charles. And we're adorable. And you want to cuddle us, and you want to take us in your bedroom, and you want to make us hang. Yep.
Whoa.
I didn't know where I was going with that.
Yeah, I could
Isn't
tell.
that right, though?
No, it's not right.
Oh.
And I was really trying to set the tone, set the pacing for this episode, and you fucked it up.
What's the pacing and the tone?
It was going to be...
slow and sad?
It was going to be something like this.
I don't like it. You sound too NPR.
That's actually
You sound way too...
that's actually what I was going for.
Yeah, I figured.
I've always wanted to be on NPR.
Really? That's a dream of yours, to be on NPR.
Please enjoy the dulcet sounds of
Stop
two Tasmanian devils getting after it. I don't know. I've never
Why do they do pause like that? Why do they do that? I mean, I know it's for effect, but they're never saying anything that interesting. It is always like, wait for what's to come. That is Tasmanian devils getting after it.
You're talking about it.
That's true. You're right.
Hey,
you're right, man.
So at our feet, I
forgot those were there.
my lovely fiance got us some gifts for our 15-year friendiversary.
Woo! We made it! 15 years!
Chrystalis.
It's our Chrystalis
And
party.
technically, these are a couple months late, so.
Yeah, well, didn't we decide it was November?
Did we?
Yeah, we did.
Oh.
This is like it. Actually, I think it's today.
Oh.
It's literally today. 15 years.
Is it because we met in September, but we weren't fully fledged friends?
That was the consensus that we came to, that we had met in September, but we hadn't actually become friends until a couple months
Since
later.
the incident, I just cannot remember stuff.
Yeah, that's right. That did happen to you.
I'm
sorry about that.
I got curb stomped by a hot dog vendor.
Yeah, well, I mean, you were asking for it a little bit. I feel like the way you were talking to that guy, it's just like they're not going to put two hot dogs in one bun. They're just not going to do it.
Asking for what? What was I asking for?
You wanted to put them. You wanted them to put two dogs in one bun.
What are you talking about?
They don't do that.
I want to open my gift.
Yeah, me too.
So this is from my fiance and resident mac and cheese maker.
Our producer.
She's making us mac and cheese.
The heart and soul of this podcast.
I'm gonna get that. These are totally Squishmallows. I knew it.
They're not squished. Oh my goodness,
I just knocked my mic.
dude! It's got my name.
Mine has my name. I didn't know they made it.
No, it's not me. It's spelled wrong.
Oh,
Damn it! I know.
what's yours named?
Elliott.
Okay, mine's named Johnny.
Oh,
I'm gonna read all about Johnny. Here's Johnny for those people who indulge us on YouTube. Here's my Squishmallow. They're very soft.
Here's mine. He's a Christmas elf,
Oh, he's an elf.
which is fitting for.
He's fucking short.
That's
And I'm an octopus because
not all elves are short.
I have so many appendages.
You don't know that. Yeah. What's your little story on your Squishmallow?
Have you seen Johnny? This fast-paced mallow is always busy and on the move. Even though he has 8 tentacles, Johnny jokes that he could do with 8 more. One thing to know about
What?
Why
does he need 8 more?
One thing to know about Johnny, he'll always speak up for what he believes in.
He sounds handsy.
He is pretty handsy.
He always speaks up for what he believes in.
I'm going to hold on to Johnny right here. Keep him for that. Thank you very much. This is a very thoughtful gift.
So mine is a Christmas elf named Elliott. And Elliott is Nick's little helper. He is second in command to make the holidays as sweet as the mallows are. He enjoys eating the cookies that Nick leaves behind on Christmas Day. Shh, don't tell Santa.
Is Nick a Squishmallow?
Yeah.
Is he Santa?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I'm so interested in Squishmallows. I feel like there's like more lore to them than you think.
There's a very deep Squishmallow lore. I'm going to call it. I think there will be a Squishmallow TV series within the next 3 years.
Really? Are
Yeah.
they popping off that crazy?
I mean, the sales in this household alone are enough.
That's
to
true.
fund
You guys
it.
are kind of keeping Squishmallow afloat.
Yeah. Honestly, I think they're just manufacturing them so that they end up right here.
This is great. Thank you, producer Emily.
Yeah,
this
thank
is
you.
amazing.
Mac and
I
cheese
love it,
assembler, Emily.
and I'm gonna sleep with it tonight. It's for cuddling. Isn't that what it's for?
It is for cuddling.
What did you?
Better
What's
not-
wrong with you?
Wait, his is larger than mine is.
Yeah, exactly.
Technically the same size, but there are discrepancies.
Mine's bigger.
This is dog shit.
The 8-inch size.
This is, ain't it? Wow.
Yeah, you know. You're familiar with 8 inches.
All right. How have you been?
Me? Good. I've been pretty good. We did not have a podcast last week.
No.
So I've been just gripping and ripping it, baby.
we had a death in the family.
Yeah, you were dealing with some personal stuff. So we took the week off, but we're back and we're ready to rock and roll this week. And yeah, I mean, what did I even do? I don't know. I mean,
we
Wesley's-
have 2 weeks in which we need to recap, and
Man,
we
what
did
the
something
hell?
pretty big that we need to talk about,
What did we do?
bro.
Oh, we went to that concert, didn't we?
We saw.
I just go to so many fucking concerts these days. I don't even know,
you've
man.
probably been to 2 concerts since then.
Oh, I know what I did. Yeah, I'm
gotta look
literally
at his
checking my
calendar.
calendar
I
to
knew
see
it.
what I did. Sometimes, when you're so busy, it's like, yeah. No, this week or this past couple weeks, I mean, I've been pretty busy. We went to that Lil Yachty concert, which we can recap that a little bit here. But
Yeah.
it was awesome. It was cool. I feel like Yachty performed better than I expected him to, because I'd seen him before and I thought he was ass. And I was pleasantly surprised that he was actually pretty good. I mean, it was because the new music he put out is really good.
That is true.
I mean, the way he did his set, it started off with the new music, which was like the psychedelic rock stuff. He had like the middle part, which was like his rap stuff, the crowd pleaser songs, Broccoli, Cold Like Minnesota, right? He did that one, yeah.
Yeah, he did.
All those ones, right? And then
I
he-
Spy. What's the name of the walk one?
I hate that song, the I Spy song,
Really?
with Kyle. I hate that. That song sucks.
Kyle and Ben love that song.
I can't stand that song, dude. I spy with my. I hate it.
You can't say that. We have to delete the episode.
I'm
gonna
sorry.
they're
I
gonna
know
get
our
us for that.
friends love that song, and I do have great memories with the song, with our friends as well. But the song itself, I would never put it on in 1,000 years.
Brutal.
I mean, that's just my opinion. on it.
Scathing. I said this during the concert,
Yeah.
but I read about the physics of the Travis Scott massacre.
Uh huh.
But
Yeah, I thought it was a little off color that you were mentioning Travis Scott while we were at
No,
this
it's
concert.
be-
You were
it's
like,
because-
we were like standing in a crowd of people. You were like, "Is this like Travis Scott?"
no. I mean, it's effectively what I said. But it's because I hate mosh pits. They're terrible.
Oh man.
And they kept open the pit. Like someone screamed "Open the pit" during a cover of the Phil Collins song "In the Air Tonight."
That was awesome.
It was.
I couldn't believe he did that.
It was great. It was just the band, and his live band was awesome.
They were really good.
Incredible. But why would you open the pit for like this beautiful
I
cover?
don't remember them opening the pit. I
They
just
did.
remember the openers were. Some of them were like. Some of it was okay. Some of it was like, whatever.
Some of it were
Openers
bad.
are always hit or miss, but. Like they just kept like every single song, sometimes multiple times in the song. Open it up, open it up, open it up. I'm like, just guys, can you just play the music?
And
Can
there-
we just stop opening up the pit?
There were 2 distinct times in which like we were getting pressed back because we were towards the back of the.
Yeah,
We were like basically pushed up against like the production booth.
yeah,
I
we
guess.
were kind of near the sound guys. I mean, that's
Yeah.
kind of where I generally like to be these days.
But I'm like, my back is like piercing metal because some fuckers 10 rows up like really need to open up a space so that they can
Yeah.
mosh and thrash about. It's
Yeah.
terrible. It
Do you
hurt.
do you remember when we had moved up a little bit, so there's people behind us?
Yeah.
And there was like, again, they were opening it up, and there's like, we're squishing back, we're like piling backwards, and all of a sudden we're just like, she needs to get out.
Yeah, someone's like begging.
I'm all for safety,
Yeah.
but I looked back and I didn't see anyone in distress.
No.
I just think someone wanted to leave.
Someone just wanted to move, and it's like, I understand that you want to leave. I can't do anything about it.
Don't make this an emergency when it's not.
This is flesh pressed up against flesh.
Yeah.
You know, hundreds and thousands of pounds of just flesh just smacking against each other. I
There wasn't
can't do
that
anything
many
about
people there.
it. So many people. It was like 50,000. I was like, It's like that one Queen concert.
It was at the Fillmore in Minneapolis, it's a good venue. It's like I don't know, it's kind of like First Ave size basically, but not too many people there. Anthony Edwards was there.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
The GOAT from Minnesota.
He plays on the Timberwolves.
You know he's 22.
Is he 22?
Yeah.
What the hell? I hate when
when you find out this tremendously successful and talented person is just 4 years, 5 years.
He's 5 years, half a decade younger than you, and you're like, what am I doing with my life?
Yeah, I've never been that good at basketball.
Lil Yachty's never shouted me out at a concert.
That's true.
That's for damn sure.
I like that no one noticed Anthony Edwards was there, and then he called it out, and then everyone was like taking pictures. I mean, I took a picture.
There was this guy in front of us. I swear he stopped watching the concert altogether. He just kept looking back at Anthony Edwards. I'm like, dude, he's not going to notice you. Stop looking up. He's still there, okay? But he's just like standing watching the concert.
You know that meme of the dude who's like explaining to like a woman who's clearly not interested? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the other one.
One of those guys who was like apparently a huge Anthony Edwards, like for like 5 straight minutes, like while the concert is raging on in front of him, he's like, yeah, he's really good for the Timberwolves. He's really talented.
Yeah,
it's like he is, but also you don't need to be explaining that right here and now.
Yeah, like talk about it after the concert.
Yeah, I mean, I had to tell you who he was.
I know who Anthony Edwards was. What am I, stupid?
I mean,
which the Timberwolves are good now, so that's kind of fun.
They've won 7 straight.
Yeah.
Did you see there was a chokeout?
Yeah, I saw that.
It's pretty crazy.
What's his name?
Draymond Green.
Draymond Green choked out
Rudy
Gobert. Yeah.
Gooby.
Gobert.
Yeah, man, I think I think he should be arrested for that shit. That's
choking him out.
That was
arrested.
That was full-on assault.
It's just sports, baby. It's the heat of the moment.
That was battery, baby.
We need more of that in sports.
No, we need less. We need less hurting.
Fights, action.
No.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if the league told them to do it. Get the buzz really going.
Yeah, you see that 6'10" French dude? Choke him out. Yeah. The one player representing an entire country. Fuck him up.
That's the mac and cheese.
Yeah. There's I haven't eaten dinner yet.
We literally have mac and cheese cooking.
Yeah, we got a
little
mac
Johnny
and cheese
here
person.
His tummy's rumbling and he needs it. We don't want him getting hangry.
I also asked you a really important question this past Sunday.
Oh, that's right. Oh, man, dude, am I excited about that.
So on Sunday, I had the boys over.
We were watching the game.
Watching some football.
Yeah, drinking some brewski beers.
Yeah, we had some brewski beers. We had like a whole pig, like a fried pig. With
with an apple in its mouth. Yeah, we did have that. We ate the whole thing. Ears and all.
Yeah.
Feet, too. Neil had those.
Safe. But I asked my boys to officially be in my wedding. I mean, I'm pretty sure I asked you in like January of this year. Like I was like drunk at the.
I think you did.
Drunk at the Vikings game.
I didn't count it.
Yeah, that didn't count. I mean, you very unceremoniously asked me to be in your wedding party.
Yeah. Well, I asked you.
It was more like we were sitting.
Did I not give you anything?
I mean, you did.
Yeah.
After the fact, which is fine.
Yeah.
There's so many gifts involved in the process.
There's so many formalities.
Give you something nice before the wedding, but I figured a nice football watching sesh and some food.
That's all I need.
But at your engagement party, which I don't even know, are we going to do that? Are we going to do an engagement party?
You should.
I don't know.
We've been engaged for
Yeah, we've been engaged for so
long.
long.
You usually do it like before the wedding. Like I think ours was like in August and we got married in October.
I don't think it was in August. I thought it was.
It was in August.
It wasn't in August.
It was July.
No.
It was literally like summer.
Yeah, I think it might have been like May, June.
Well, I don't know, man. You got time.
But anyways, we're sitting at the engagement party, and one of Megan's bridesmaids asked you, like, who's in your wedding party?
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, Neil, Butts. And I'm like, what? Because you had never asked me.
Oh.
And then you're like, oh, yeah, you want to be in?
Oh.
I was like, sure.
Well, yeah, well,
No, I mean,
I forgot I didn't ask you yet.
I don't need pomp and fanfare. I'm not that kind of guy.
It's not. It's an honor to be a part of it.
Yeah.
I don't really care about the asking, the ceremonious asking of it.
But not only did I ask that you be a groomsman, I asked you that you just dress nice for once.
Yeah, because I constantly look like shit. You told me that I need to.
Yeah.
I can't show up to the wedding how I normally dress.
Yeah, I mean, right now you actually look really good.
Really?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I asked you to marry us, to be our officiant.
Yeah, I will be officiating the wedding, and I'm excited and nervous. I've never officiated anything in my entire life, but I can't wait. Turns out it's really easy to get
So
ordained.
you're already ordained, right?
I'm already ordained. I just had to give them my email.
5 minutes after asking, he was ordained.
You do have to. I will have to pay an amount of money to get the actual certificate that I'll need to prove my ordained.
You provide that to the state, but it's a pretty straightforward process.
Right. So I mean, I'll pay that money, get the document or whatever, and then I'm officially ordained. So if you need to get married, if you need a somebody who's ordained on short notice to just come by marry you, I'll be available.
I'm going to throw my name out there. I've been ordained since about 2015.
I'm surprised that they let you get ordained before you're 18 years old.
When I was reading about, so this is all through the Universal Life Church. I'm sure many people are aware of
Right,
it.
I've
but
been
I remember
attending for
reading
years.
about it, and when I got ordained, like one of the stories about it was like, we ordained a golden retriever. So it's, I mean, from a certain perspective, it might seem silly, maybe even blasphemous.
Maybe.
Depending on
Could
who
be.
you're at.
You
But,
might even consider it that.
they have a solid message.
I don't know anything about the Universal Life Church, but all I know is they let me marry people, and that's cool with me.
Well, you have to be recognized, but I'm recognized by the state officially.
Oh, you are. You're officially. Yeah, you're
I got my
officially.
credentials on file, so
Well,
I'll go up to people on the street and just marry them, and like, what are you gonna do about it? I just did it. You know?
you're married.
Well,
Done.
That's my son. Sorry.
It's state of Minnesota. Yeah, maybe I'll start my own little side hustle. I'll just start marrying people.
So when we were at this wedding planning a couple weeks back, they were like, "So what do you guys want to like? How long do you want the ceremony to be?"
Yeah.
And knowing that you'd be the officiant, we're like, "We need a solid hour half." You know.
An hour and a half.
Yeah. And
Ceremony.
we're doing private vows beforehand,
Yeah.
so you need to fill that time.
Okay. I'll just do my stand-up set. I've been working on a
Yeah.
good hour. I have a solid 5. So, I mean, I
Tight
think
5?
Yeah, I have a tight 5. So by the time your wedding comes around, I should have a solid 60.
Good.
So I'll just cue that up. Will I be doing like? I have no idea, and maybe you don't yet either. But like, What do I do?
Well, you basically you talk to the crowd, you hype them up.
Yeah,
You
I'm just your hype man.
you're like, open the pit.
Yo, open it up! Open it up!
I don't know, man. You figure it out, bro.
All right, I'll just come up with something. I'll just look up how to marry people.
I mean, I imagine
Script.
we'd ask that you just like share.
I figured I would share some memories.
Share some memories, share some thoughts about us.
Will I have to okay those memories / stories beforehand?
I mean, don't do anything disrespectful, but
Yeah, I mean,
other than
obviously.
that, like, go wild. You know, I don't give a fuck.
I got what?
It's just a wedding, bro.
I mean, it is your wedding.
We're not the first people to get
Whatever
married.
I say up there will forever be in your mind as like what happened at your wedding.
That's true.
So whatever I say, just remember it's going to be attached to your memories.
Emily and I are just
Forever.
going to be
Rest of your
listening
lives.
to you being like, this guy fucking sucks. What a bad idea. Nah, you'll do great.
Yeah,
That's
I
why
don't
we
know.
picked you.
Yeah, I think it'll be good. It'll be fun.
Now, I was wondering, do you want like a box to stand on?
Yeah, I want to look taller. I'll probably have lifts in my shoes too.
Would you wear like stilts?
Stilts. I'm 8 feet tall.
I just want you like lording over everyone.
I do. This is my one request. I would like to be in a full tuxedo, and I want, which is standard, obviously, and I would like a microphone to drop from the ceiling so that I can be like,
Are
"Who's ready to rumble?"
Yeah. Well, that's baked into our
Jonathan
contract.
and Emily's wedding. Let me hear ya.
I think we should have like when that happens, we should also lower like the bar ropes, like not bar. You know what I'm trying to
Like a cage.
like
Like
ring.
there's a cage match.
You know, like the ring ropes.
What?
You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Like a fighting ring.
Ring
Like-
ropes?
Like the ropes around.
Oh
the
yeah,
ring.
like it's a
lower 'em,
fighting ring.
and then like we just like reveal like a boxing floor. I don't know the terms for
Ooh,
these fucking
you have
things.
to beat up all of Emily's exes before you're allowed to marry her.
I'm just punching the air. There's just no one to hit. It's just nobody. I was her first
Oh,
boyfriend.
That's really sweet.
I was her first boyfriend.
I was Megan's first boyfriend.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Yeah, I know.
How did did Megan have any thoughts about you being the officiant for our wedding? Is she excited?
Yeah, she was very excited. She honestly, because before you had said something like, because we had talked about who was going to walk down the aisle with who, and you guys had mentioned like she was walking with Neil or something. So we're like, what am I going to be doing? So then she thought maybe you guys were going to have me sing or something. And I was like, I don't know if they want me singing
we
at
would
their
have
wedding.
we wouldn't have a good wedding, man.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know if they want me to sing at their wedding, but
actually,
if they ask me, I'll have to do it.
you would have to do it.
I mean,
you'd
I
have
couldn't
to-
say no.
You'd have to sing whatever we want you to sing.
Yeah, that's true. Which I can put that into the ceremony if you'd like. I don't
Could
know.
you sing "Lose Yourself"? By
I do a cover of Till I Collapse. As long as you do Nate Dogg's part.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Nate Dogg.
One of the best hooks in the game. So I'm very excited to marry you guys. It's going to be very special, very fun, and definitely something that I'll never forget. So can't wait to do it.
Could be a little silly.
Could be
Hijinks may ensue.
Hijinks could ensue. I mean, knowing us, it will be a little bit silly,
Yeah.
but I think that's how it should be.
When I walk up, I'm gonna slip on a banana peel. I'm just
I'm
kidding.
going to throw a pie in your face.
It's just the worst fucking wedding ever. Could be. I'm planning most of it. So
It's going to be awesome. I went to another concert, too, after that Yachty concert.
without me,
Yeah, I went with my father-in-law. We went to Ryan Monteblue at the Turf Club in St. Paul, which I'd never been to the Turf Club. It was super sick.
sounds like a steakhouse.
It's like this little bar. So we got in there, and we got there pretty early. We got there like an hour before it started, and it was pretty empty when we walked in because it's not a big place. Like the whole show, like there was a little standing area out in front of the stage, but otherwise most people were sitting at tables. So it was kind of a fun show. But we get there an hour early, and they have us head downstairs because they're still doing sound checks. So they got like the seating roped off. So we go downstairs to the Clown Lounge. You're going to love the Clown Lounge.
What the fuck?
We got to go to the Turf Club. I loved it. It was, so the Clown Lounge, as you can imagine,
Sounds stupid.
is clown themed. So like all the lights and there was clowns everywhere. The lamps and stuff were like clowns. It was sick. And they had a silent movie playing the whole time on this huge projector screen.
Some people are just too
It
much.
was dogs like playing poker or something. That was the silent film.
so stupid.
And I remember before we went back up for the show, before the show started, they like went up to the bartender and they were like, what is this thing playing? Because we're like, what is this? The whole time we're wondering, like, why are they doing this? What is this? And we go up, we're like, what are you playing? He's like, oh, that's Silent Dogs. I don't remember the real name, but he's like, oh, that's just old diddly doodle dogs. What do you want to see next? I got exploding rat nest, and I got Jiminy Cricket's
Was he
township.
wearing like a bowler hat? And
He was a character of a human. He looked like he would be the bartender at a clown lounge. That's just what he looked like.
the
but
Clown Lounge sounds like some sick fuck's basement.
It was actually super cool and kind of a good vibe. But
Kind of. You're into clowns?
I thought it was cool, man. It was unique. And then we went back up the stairs, went to the show, sat down towards the back at first. The opener was incredible. His name is Brooks Forsyth, I believe.
Brooks Forsyth.
Or Forsyth, whatever. I don't know. He was super good.
Brooks Foreskin.
Yeah, whatever. He was awesome. He was really good at playing guitar. He's like a country artist, sort of. But I looked him up on Spotify. He's got like, some of his songs had less than 1,000 listens. So he's pretty small.
Damn.
But he was super talented, so shout out him. And then Ryan Monteblue was super awesome. He also covered The Stroke by
Billy Squire?
Billy Squire.
I love that song.
He's like sometimes we play like some of our good songs, and sometimes you're just like, fuck it, you gotta play The Stroke.
I respect that.
So it was a really cool show. He's really talented too, so always good to see good music in a small venue. That's just the best shit.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. Let's go to the Turf Club. I got to get back to the Turf Club. I love the Turf Club.
Can you just like go to the Clown Lounge on like a normal day? Like,
Yeah, I think it's a bar. I think you could just go to the Clown Lounge, yeah.
can we go wearing like squeaky red,
Yeah, I think
red noses?
I think it's encouraged to come in clown garb.
dressed like a clown?
Yeah, for sure. With one of those flowers that sprays.
Yeah.
Yeah, they encourage that stuff.
Yeah.
Did you do anything else this week?
No.
Nothing? Not a thing? Not a one?
We watched a movie as a
Oh, yeah,
family.
wait.
We watched Revenge for Jolly as a
That's
family.
right. That was another thing. I was just been so busy. I had that in my head to mention it.
we watch movies together. We
Our group gets together like, well, it's supposed to be once a month. I think it's getting a little longer than that.
Twice a year. But we have a rotating order in which people can pick which movie we're watching.
You can pick whatever movie you want,
rules.
and the group has to watch
Has
it.
to watch it. So my fiance, our producer Emily, picked this movie called Revenge for Jolly. She's super obsessed with Oscar Isaac. Dude's
too.
ugly as fuck. Short. I'm kidding. Short. I'm taller than him.
Come on, man.
He's more handsome than me, but I am taller than him. But this movie called Revenge for Jolly about this guy who's not a great guy. He does not great things. But he has this puppy named Jolly that he loves, and then someone he wronged.
There's someone I was going to marry. It would have been Jolly.
It's just such a weird line. But basically, this dude that I'm assuming he like owed money to, or he was meant to do a job and didn't do. This guy like returned the favor by killing his dog.
Yeah.
And I can't watch scenes where dogs are being killed or dogs are portrayed as dead. And so Emily's like, don't watch at this part because this dog is going to die.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, what do you see? And she's like, well, you see like a shadow or a silhouette.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
And I'm like, okay, I'll be brave and I'll watch. And not to spoil anything, but the dog was like hung. Like it was like probably the worst depiction of a dog death I've ever seen.
I mean, at least it was a silhouette, so you didn't really see any detail or anything, but you could.
It was just the dog.
I told you not to look.
I was trying to be brave.
Yeah.
I even said, I'm going to be brave.
Yeah, you said that out loud right before it.
And it was a bad idea. Like most of the time that dogs are portrayed as dead in movies, they're just like laying on their side.
Yeah.
Like maybe you see like
I think
patch of blood.
the issue with this one was his dog was a miniature pincer.
Yeah.
So it's a very small dog.
Yeah.
And normally in movies when dogs pass, they are a little bigger than that. So I wonder if they were like, how do we show this dog dying? Let's hang it. That was just the best visual they could come up with.
It was awful visual, very weird movie, terrible writing, but still
It's awesome.
very, very entertaining, which is, all that you can ask for out of a movie these days.
Okay, I mean, if you're gonna be like a critic about it, like maybe it's not a great movie.
If you're a movie
But
critic, it's a 1 out of 5, maybe less.
I thought it was awesome. Honestly, I was pleasantly surprised because going into it, all Emily said was like, "You're probably not gonna like it. It's actually not very good." Blah blah. I don't know if she said all that, but
That's exactly what she said.
basically, I was told that I'm probably not gonna like this movie, but I thought it was super fucking funny. It was like. It was meant to be a comedy. You could tell they were leaning in hard to it being just silly and overly ridiculous, over the top.
Very over
just
the top.
trying to be like this, like making fun of like action movies, basically. Even like all the like settings that they ended up in, like a lawyer's office or like I don't know.
Crashed a wedding.
They crashed it. Like there was just certain scenes that you were like, yeah, they're blatantly making fun of like a serious like action whatever movie, and I loved it. I thought it was hilarious, too. There was a lot of good, funny lines. I love this scene where they're in the Mexican restaurant. That is maybe my favorite scene. I just thought it was absolutely hilarious.
I thought it was incredibly disrespectful.
Why?
I don't know.
Please expand on that.
I just be saying stuff. But yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good movie, and now we don't have to hear her talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, finally, she can finally just stop talking about it. I wonder who's next in the rotation.
I think it should be either Ben or Anna.
It's probably gonna be Ben, right?
What? Is mac and cheese for Elliott? Yeah. I don't think he wants mac and cheese.
I mean, I don't need mac and cheese. I already ate.
It could be for you.
I'll take a bite if you want me to. Are we eating mac and cheese live on the pod? Let's go. Oh, she sliced up apples too.
All right, set it. Come
on,
down.
she's serving it on a tray. Don't be a jackass. Let's
I'm
go.
not trying to be a jackass.
If you're watching on
I'm
YouTube,
just trying to think of
it would be the funniest thing ever if you dropped it and it all spilled all over
I'm just trying to think of the logistics of this. The funny thing is, it's like it's Kraft mac and cheese.
The presentation is incredible.
There's your bread, your buttered bread, and your apple.
It's garlic bread.
Oh, it's garlic bread.
Oh my goodness.
There
We
you
got a
go.
whole spread here.
Thank you very much.
You didn't season the mac and cheese?
That's Emily's first public appearance on the podcast.
Wow.
Her backside.
She finally did it.
Recommendations of the week. You got a rec for me?
Eat your food.
I've got a couple if you want them.
Yeah.
So I watched this awesome documentary. Let me just eat this apple quick. We shouldn't have both taken a bite at the same time. This is horrible for a podcast. I watched an awesome documentary on Max. So they released like a bunch of documentaries that are like about musical artists. Hold on. They released a bunch of documentaries about musical artists. It was like a music box collection or whatever. One of them is about Alanis Morissette. Do you know who Alanis Morissette is?
No.
You would.
I think they're a musician, right?
Yeah, she was in the 90s.
Was?
Well, that's when she was popular. It was in the 90s, early 2000s.
She alive?
Yeah, she's alive. She was in the
I
documentary.
don't say was, bro.
Fine, sorry.
Say is, bro.
Yeah, she whatever. So she was a popular artist she was a popular artist in the 1990s. She came out with an album called Jagged Little Pill, and the whole documentary is about her come up and how she blew up so fast with that one album. She's like I think she was like the biggest, like, what the fuck? You're just eating mac and cheese. She had like one of the biggest releases of all time for a female artist. So it was her debut album.
So apologies if you said this. What genre?
It was like, I guess she would be like an indie artist.
Oh, okay.
You know, like, I got one hand in my pocket.
No, keep
And
singing.
the other is giving a peace sign. That one.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you know that one.
Yeah, I know that one.
You ought to know. That one.
Oh, yeah. Don't go chasing
No,
water.
that's not it. That's,
Not her?
I
Okay.
think that's TLC.
That is TLC.
Anyways, it was super interesting. I always find music documentaries to be the most interesting because people just how they gain their success and all that stuff. And she started off in Canada because that's where she's from.
Oh.
And she started off as like a pop star in Canada as like a teenager,
Oh,
which was pretty dark and problematic for her. But
really?
she then was dropped by her label for being too fat. And then and because her music, she wanted to take her music in a different direction and they didn't like it. So then they dropped her. So then she went out to LA and just started writing this album, which ended up being her debut album, which fucking popped off. So she kind of led the way and blazed a trail for all female artists going forward to take artistic liberties and be able to be as big as they are. We wouldn't have Beyoncé's. We wouldn't have Taylor Swift's. We wouldn't have people like that without someone like Alanis Morissette. So I thought it was super interesting and would recommend that documentary. It's on Max.
Max, what's it called?
Previously HBO Max. It's called Jagged.
Jagged.
Yeah, very good.
Cool.
Very good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sweet.
My other recommendation is a music recommendation. So if any of you out there actually listen to my music recommendations, maybe write this one down. His name is MJ Lenderman. Yeah, that's his name. He's I was gonna double check to make sure that's his name. He is like a indie country influenced artist. Good stuff. I found him out because I was listening to this other album by an artist I love named Kevin Abstract. His newest album, whatever. And this guy helped produce that album. So I was like, who the hell is this guy? So then I listened to all his stuff and he's really talented, really good. I like his album Boat Songs and Ghosts of Your Guitar Solos. So check those out. Little recommendation for you people out there.
Listen to those, Jill. We heard that you don't ever listen
Yeah.
to his music recommendations.
Come on. You're going to like this one. I promise. Do you have a record of the week?
I do.
Okay.
It's a little place called Trader Joe's.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. It was like I feel like I've discovered the Americas. That's that's so good. I felt.
I can't believe you, man.
I can't remember if I've done this publicly or just privately, but I've mocked you about Trader Joe's because I always assumed it was like a place for like rich people. Because way back when, yeah, you don't have to have your mic.
Sorry, I was just kidding.
Right up to your mouth. Way back when we went to what I thought was a Trader Joe's, which I've
Yeah.
now learned is a Whole Foods, but
Can't believe you confused the two, but
I've
yeah.
had the Whole Foods vibe associated with Trader Joe's for years. But we finally went to Trader Joe's, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
I got so many good things.
Trader Joe's is awesome.
I got this. I think it's like cacio pepe or something. It's like it's a gnocchi. It's a type of
Okay, yeah.
It's a type of sauce, but I got a gnocchi. Last night I tried these like really good like garlicky noodles.
Ooh.
Had orange chicken. I think that's a super popular one.
Oh, dude, I used to get the orange chicken at Trader Joe's, and I just stopped buying it because I would eat the entire fucking bag, and it is so many calories.
Yeah,
But it's so good.
so good, and like we got a ton of food, and it was like $60 all total. It was,
Yeah, it's not bad.
it was great.
Because it's one of those stores where they only sell their brand of products, so it's a little cheaper than if you went to like a Target or wherever, a Whole Foods.
Yeah.
So it's nice.
So this is just I didn't have anything else to say. So
This guy just discovered Trader Joe's.
I seriously, I felt like really good coming out of it, and I'm like, there's so many things I want to go back and try. Because like there's a ton of stuff I would have eaten, but I wanted to be like, I'll try this. I mean, I got like a frozen butter chicken, and I had it for lunch a couple days ago. It was awesome.
Incredible.
It was awesome.
They also have great like dips.
Yeah, I got a great buffalo chicken dip that I've got sitting in the fridge over there.
Have you had the plantain chips?
No,
Oh, the plantain chips get me going. I love those things.
you're weird though.
I like them.
You're different.
It's a good snack, and you pair it with a dip. Slap me silly.
You ever had a fried plantain?
I have not. No.
Those are pretty good. Think of like a slippery fried treat.
Sure.
That's
slippery, fried yet slippery.
Yeah.
Love it. I'm in. Sign me up. Book it.
I believe it's time for question of the day.
Question of the day.
Damn, we're already 70 minutes deep.
Damn shit.
So I don't know. I'm having a hard time. This is a good question, but I have a hard time thinking of an answer for myself. So I'm just praying that you have an answer. Can you stop?
What?
You're taking like baby mouse bites out of that.
I don't know what you're
apple
talking
slice.
about. That's how I eat apples.
What is your greatest superstition?
Superstition?
Got any superstitions?
I mean, I've always believed that if I do step on a crack, that my mom's back will break. No, superstitions. I mean, sometimes with like sports, I get superstitious.
That would be my answer too.
Like, even though I know it's not real and it's stupid, I'll be like, oh my goodness, the Vikings have won 5 games in a row, and I haven't worn a jersey for the last 5 games while watching it. So I have not been wearing my jersey when we watch games. I don't know if you noticed that. I haven't been wearing my jersey because we've been winning.
Now that I recall, then yes.
I've been wearing Vikings gear. I mean, it's like shirts or whatever.
Yeah.
But I do not wear the jersey because every time I wear it, they fucking lose.
I'm in the same boat, and I'll find myself getting mad at myself.
Yeah.
Like if I've done something and then we've lost.
Okay, I don't know if
Like,
I go that far.
Like in the middle of the season, they had won a couple in a row. The Twins had won a couple games in a row, but I hadn't watched any of those games. And as soon as I started watching, they sucked. So I'm like, am I the problem? Am I the reason that they're losing?
I love how dumb people are who are really passionate about sports. They're like, fuck, dude, I was watching this game and they lost before I didn't watch the last 3 games and they won. I must be I must be the factor that's really driving this team to win or lose.
There's this episode of Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
After the Eagles won the Super Bowl, they filmed 2 episodes, and in one of the episodes, Charlie, character played by Charlie Day, he is stuck in their bar trying to do his rituals that he does for every Eagles game.
Yeah.
And he gets really fucked up and like hurts himself on accident and becomes delusional to the point where like I can't remember who one of the players was, but he has this delusion that 2 of the Eagles are in the bar with him, and one of them is Jason Kelsey, which is awesome.
That's awesome. I haven't seen that episode.
It's a really good one. But Jason Kelsey says the line that everything the fans do at home and at the stadium impacts the game directly.
Really?
And that's how I
Is
feel.
that true?
It is true.
Maybe it is coming from a player directly.
Coming from a player.
I mean, who
directly.
knows?
It's exactly how I feel. I can't think of any. I never bought into any of the. I mean, I feel like a lot of superstitions are very our parents' generation or like our parents' parents' generation, like the tossing the salt.
Yeah.
If you see a black cat, you got to kick it to death. That kind of stuff.
Yeah, those are all stupid. Like breaking a mirror, walking under a ladder. I mean, the latter one, that's just safety.
Yeah, that one.
I feel like maybe some of these are just like, breaking a mirror is dangerous. Glass is
I feel like
sharp.
It's a good way to hurt your hand.
Don't do that. I mean, could be bad luck. You could cut yourself.
Could be bad luck.
But the salt over the shoulder, I never really got that one. What after you spill salt?
Yeah, after you
that
spill
what that
salt,
is?
you got to toss it over your shoulder.
Superstitions are pretty crazy, man. Like, people are weird. Like, sometimes you got to take a step back and look at the human race, and you're like, man, we're weirdos, man. Like, who came up with that shit? Why do we even believe it at all? Like, ghosts? Who believes that?
Have you ever like been near a ledge and had the urge to jump?
Yeah,
Like actually?
constantly.
No, like actually?
Well, it's like intrusive thoughts, right? So it's
Yeah.
like you're at a great height.
This has nothing
And-
to do with superstitions. But
No,
this
but,
is just something
but you're just like,
I read interesting. There's a term for it. I can't remember the term.
yeah,
But
it's like
there's, like-
intrusive thoughts. It's like you in your brain, you're like, what would happen if I just jumped?
But apparently, so there are people that like when they're close to. I mean, I think it can happen to anyone. But if you're very close to, a ledge, or
Yeah.
you're on a very high height, and you just get this sudden urge to jump, it's not necessarily like a suicidal ideation. It's not even so much as an intrusive thought. Apparently, it's us misinterpreting a signal that our brain is sending to us, telling us, "Hey, you could very easily die here. This is a good chance you will die if you jump." And
So it's your brain warning you, but you
Your brain-
perceive it
Yes.
as I should jump.
yes,
That's bad.
yeah. It's kind of one of those silly little miscommunications between you and your head.
Classic brain.
Silly brains.
Silly brains. What are they doing?
I'm gonna eat more mac and cheese.
Okay, that's fine. Do we have any more? I mean, superstitions. I don't know. I don't think I have any more, to be honest with you. So, I mean,
Neither do I. Should I adopt more? Should I get really superstitious?
yeah, you should. It could improve your life. I mean, I heard. What's the one I heard? I mean, if you don't finish your food, like your parents will hit you or something. Is that one?
Yeah.
Or is that just my? No, that might just be something else.
That might just be something else entirely. I think I only perform well podcasting. Like if you're not, if like you're wearing pants,
Yeah.
then something bad happens.
Like if I'm wearing pants,
If you're
I
wearing
have to be
pants.
wearing shorts. We could test it next time I wear pants,
Yeah.
and we'll just see what happens.
I hope I just keel over.
You die immediately. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've worn pants.
Really?
Yeah, I've worn pants on this podcast.
Must have been dead those episodes.
Yeah, maybe.
Bizarre news.
Da-na-na, da-na-na.
Tried
That's
to-
Sports
I
Center.
tried to
Damn it.
Try to deliver that as flatly as possible.
So, bizarre news.
Bizarre news.
Before we get into a news story, I actually have an update from an old story that we previously talked about. So, if you didn't listen, previously we had talked about a story I did about a 104-year-old woman who skydived, and and they were gonna try to see if she would get.
No.
What? It's not bad. It's not bad.
She's alive?
So she skydived out of a plane at the age of 104. She had done it before at the age of 100 or something. And they were going to try to get a hold of Guinness Book of World Records to see if they could establish that she had completed the record of the oldest person to skydive. So she has since passed.
No. No.
Unfortunately, I regret to inform you that Dorothy Hoffner, 104 years old, I believe, was it from Chicago maybe? She has passed away. And unfortunately, Guinness Book of World Records has not completed their process that they need to verify
Fuckers.
that she had broken that record. So they're currently still trying to work out how they can confirm that. So hopefully, Dorothy can break that record from the grave.
Give it to her posthumously, you fucking
Yeah,
coward.
she deserves it. I don't know what other proof you need. She clearly did it. There's pictures in the article. Give it to her. Give it to her.
That's a horrible update.
So, speaking of morgues,
Oh, no.
nearly 200 bodies recovered from a Colorado funeral home accused of improper storage. At least 189 dead and decaying bodies were recovered from the Return to Nature funeral home in Colorado this week. That's roughly 75 more descendants than police originally believed to be on site when they began investigating the facility this month. Police first searched the funeral home, located roughly 30 miles south of Colorado Springs, in the town of Penrose on October 3rd, after receiving a report of strong odors coming from the building. What they found inside was horrific. Quote unquote. They put it in quotes. According to Fremont County Sheriff Alan Cooper, who declined to go into further detail. Thank you, Alan. According to its website, Return to Nature offers green and natural burial services, which allows bodies decompose underground without the use of metal caskets or chemicals. What? The practice is legal in the state of Colorado, but the law requires bodies that aren't embalmed to be refrigerated within 24 hours of death. Fremont County Coroner Randy Keller declined to say whether the remains discovered at Return to Nature were intended for natural burial, but he did note that they were improperly stored.
So how is he storing them?
That's a good question.
A question that has an answer? I'm just thinking this dude has like this backlog of bodies that he has to somehow have decompose.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if they give any detail of how they were actually...
Also, who like goes to a morgue and is like, this morgue smells bad.
Yeah.
This place of death doesn't smell like daisies and roses. Of course it smells bad. It's like,
Well,
probably smells like formaldehyde.
yeah, but I don't think it's supposed to smell like death. I mean, they're running a service here. They gotta provide a good...
My mac and cheese smells like cheddar cheese. No shit. That's what it is.
Yeah, but I don't think that funeral homes are supposed to smell like decaying bodies. Is the point.
This freezer...
What funeral homes have you been to?
This freezer is ice cold. I've been to many funeral homes.
Really? Many?
Well, the same one over and over again.
Oh.
Yeah.
When? Why? Expand on this. Give us some more detail. Let's
the-
dive in.
It's the family funeral home.
You all go to the same one?
Well, mostly.
We got a deal, a lifetime deal. If we all go to the same funeral home, they'll give us a discount.
Yeah, the funeral home in Ohio where like half my family is.
Wow.
Yeah. Keep that
Still
place,
there
keep
in
that
the
place,
home.
Keep that place running. It had to have smelled like repulsive.
Oh yeah,
For
I
someone to
imagine.
be like, this
Could you
smells
imagine
weird.
that many?
And a morgue is different than is it a funeral home or is it a
It's
morgue?
a funeral home. I said morgue, but it's a funeral home.
Oh, okay, yeah. You don't want those to smell like shit.
Yeah, no, that's bad. I mean, you're running a service there. You're trying
So
to.
you got to be so fucked up to get into that business.
Yeah,
You got to be a weird person. There's no good person, right?
I don't. Growing up, my neighbor was a mortician. I don't know. He seemed like a very normal guy. Had a boat, you know.
I just like what?
But like, I don't know how you do that job. I mean, it sounds like a tough job. I would never be able to do it.
Well, of course, it sounds awful, but like, what drives a person to do that?
I think it's like a curiosity of the human body, right? Like how you prepare a body for burial and all that kind of stuff.
You could say the same for doctors, but
Somebody's
I
gotta
also
do
think
it.
like, who wants to be a penis doctor? You know, who wants to be a urologist? Who sets out? I want.
Who are these people?
12 to 13 years of schooling, residency, and internships, and I want to look at people's penises. Like,
I mean, really, any job
it
that
takes
if you,
a freak.
any job that if you heard a kid say they want to grow up and do it, and you go, "What?"
That's true.
That's a weird job.
That's true.
Like if a kid was like, "I want to be a mortician," or "I want to be a penis doctor,"
Though
you'd be like,
to be fair, it would be equally weird if someone grew up and was like, I want to work in customer service. You know, like
"I want to be a marketing specialist."
that's also weird. But weird because like why? Not weird
why?
because like ooh.
Yeah. Being a marketing specialist, that's a normal job.
That's
but
a
if a
normal
kid
job.
said it, you'd be like, "What do you even know about that?" But if they said they want to be a grave digger, I'd be like, "Okay, what's wrong with you? Send you to counseling. Let's get you a therapist."
I could get behind grave digging.
Why?
You just walk your grave at night and just like drag a shovel behind you.
That's your retirement plan. You're just gonna be a graveyard keeper.
I want to become like local myth.
The old man in the graveyard.
That's grave digger Butsy.
That's Johnny Graves.
He only comes out from 3 a.m. to 4 a.m.
That's when you work. Those are horrible hours.
Yeah, well, that's
You
when
only work for an hour too.
that's when I work best.
You really need to talk to your boss about that. I don't even know if you should be working.
My own
those
boss.
hours.
I started my own graveyard. Could you do that?
How
Can you do that?
How does one start a graveyard? I don't actually know. Can you do that? Can you start a
Let's look into
graveyard?
starting a graveyard.
You just get a plot of land and then you just let people bury other people there.
Get buried at the Impossibly Unremarkable graveyard. That'd be fucking awesome.
It'd be pretty cool. It'd be pretty sweet. I'm assuming you need some type of licensing to
put people in the ground.
put people in the ground. Yeah, I don't
just
think you
need
could
to-
just bury
you
people.
just need to own grass and dirt.
No, I think you probably need something. You can't just be like, yeah, bury him here. I got plenty of room.
Do graveyards have to be associated with every graveyard I know is like associated with like a church
Yeah,
or like you know
it's a good question.
Well,
no, because
there's-
no, they
there's-
don't. There's no way because
there's military.
not everybody's in the church, and
There's military graveyards.
Like-
I mean,
yeah, there's people who aren't associated with places of worship, and they got to get buried somewhere, or we cremate all of them. Oh, sorry, you can't get buried. We're actually gonna have to burn you, since you're going to hell anyways, right?
We do it differently at the Impossibly Unremarkable
Yeah.
graveyard.
Yeah, we.
You come alive, and then you have to listen to 50 episodes of the podcast, and then you die,
Yeah,
and then we bury you.
we actually
Only then are you worthy.
we're sort of like old timey Ireland, where they had the little bell in case they were still alive, because we don't like check. Like if you, like you'll just go in the ground. Whoever shows up, they're going in the
We're
ground.
putting you under. You're there to visit a loved one. You're going
You're
under.
going You're going in the ground.
We're gonna bill you though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not cheap.
We gotta get paid.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not in this for free. I'm in it for the money. I'm not in it for the service.
And it'd be authentic. We wouldn't use like a bulldozer or like a.
Yeah. It's not one
a
of those
digger to,
like
it's just me, him, and 2 shovels.
the way America intended it to
Yeah.
be, the way God intended. Just 2 men and a couple
And
of shovels.
no coffins or nothing. We roll you up in a blanket, dig a 6 to 7.
Sometimes
foot
it's
hole,
just a rug that I need
and
to get rid of.
We just pull the rug out and you just fucking flop in there. We bury you with the worms and the grubs and the bugs and whatnot. We are out of time.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Sorry, man. I got to eat my mac and cheese.
That's true.
My apple
probably getting
slice is
hungry.
getting warm. And my mac and cheese is getting cold.
Aw.
That's one last thing I need to say.
Okay.
What a silly phenomenon.
What?
The
Being hungry?
no temperature. I get a hot chocolate. That thing sits for 10 minutes. That bitch is cold. You know?
Yeah. Could you believe it? Hot things get cold and cold things get hot.
I get an ice water. That thing sits for 10 minutes.
What
that
the-
bitch is warm.
What?
What a world we live in.
This guy discovered Trader Joe's and science all in 1 week. That's incredible.
Wow. No, I don't subscribe to that.
Science.
Liberal hoo-ha. All right, take us away.
Yeah. It's supposed to be warm this week, so that's good. Have a good week. Enjoy the weather wherever you're at. I don't know where the hell you're at. I don't know what I'm talking about. But if you do need to get buried, talk to us because we can probably make it happen since we're starting that graveyard. So just be good, be kind, be sweet, be generous, and R.I.P. to Dorothy Hoffner.